My name is Latiana Gatson, and I am from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and I currently live in Rural Hall, North Carolina. This is my third year at UNC, and it's also my last year, so I'm excited about that. Let's see. I took Bio 101 with Dr. Evans in spring 2017, and that was my first bio class at UNC, and I loved it. I went in terrified because everyone's like, it's a weed out class and it's hard. But I had a great experience. I learned a lot of interesting things. And I started to learn how to study and learning what methods work for me and what methods don't. And so that was fun. I would say that also ties into something I struggled with learning biology. It was like, how do I group this information? Because as a psych major, I knew that if I could group things, I could remember them easier. So I did struggle in the beginning of finding out how to group things, because I was one of those students who was convinced that if I just memorize every single thing that I learned, I could do well, and that's not how you do well in biology. But actually learning how these concepts work together, and how can I apply them to different situations, and just things of that nature. So just learning how to group things and pay attention to overarching things as well as details was something I struggled with and eventually overcame and learned how to work with in biology. I've been a Biology 101 peer mentor in the past for 2 semesters and really enjoyed it. I've missed it this past semester, which is a good sign for me to go back. I had already planned to go back in the spring anyways, so I'm super excited to be reapplying and have it work with my schedule for next semester. I also volunteer in the child psych unit at the hospital, and I definitely feel like that experience relates to what my role would be as a peer mentor, because I've learned better communication skills, how to connect with people from different ages, different backgrounds, and just how to connect with people as individuals. And I think that's very important when being a peer mentor, because it's important to realize that what worked for you may not work for someone else, but being able to take a step back and say, well, let's explore different options and see what works for you as an individual, because the same thing doesn't work for everybody. And I want to be a Bio 101 peer mentor because I've enjoyed it in the past. I love teaching biology and explaining biology and thinking of new ways to explain the same concept so that it clicks for other people. Actually, in my free time now, I tutor some of my residents or some of my mentees in Bio 101 because it's something I just really enjoy. It's very rewarding, and I love to see people succeed in Bio 101, especially here at UNC. I know there's a lot of rumors about it being a weed out class and being impossible to do great in, but that's not true. And I think people just need support and someone who will take the time to explain concepts and just offer different ways of thinking for people who might be struggling with understanding some of the material. But I think everyone is capable, more than capable, of learning biology and succeeding in Bio 101, and they just need the tools necessary to do that. And I would love to be a part of that process. I loved being a part of that process in the past, and I look forward to doing it again. That's me.